So what if you could just flip the entire structure of prison education on its head? I mean, completely. Well, today we're going to dive into a pretty revolutionary model that's doing exactly that. It's called the CMTech Charter Network. And believe me, it is totally reimagining the modern prison classroom from the inside out.
And right at the heart of this whole thing is this simple but wow, incredibly powerful idea. Education for the people, by the people. And look, that isn't just some catchy slogan they slapped on a brochure. It's literally the guiding principle for the entire model.
So what actually makes it so revolutionary? What's the secret sauce? Well, it all comes down to this concept they call radically decentralized education. And what that really means is that the program design and the leadership, well, they're handed over to the incarcerated individuals themselves. This gives them real, actual ownership. And here's the crucial part. It pretty much guarantees that the program they build will naturally comply with all the facility's rules.
Okay, that all sounds great in theory, right? But how does it actually work? Let's get into the specifics, into the founding process, and really see how a new program gets off the ground.
So how does a new charter even get started? Well, it all begins with this initial spark inside a facility. Let's take a look at how that little spark actually grows into a full-blown program. It all kicks off with Phase 1, which they call the spark. This is where the first contact is made, they screen potential founders, and then the right candidates get brought on board. Simple, right? But these 3 steps, they are the absolute foundation for everything else that's going to follow. But here's where it gets really interesting. So after that onboarding, the next step it's huge. CMTech delegates the program design, the entire thing, to the new founders. This is it. This is the moment the power officially shifts. And this right here, this just perfectly shows the core difference. The traditional model is all top-down. The curriculum is designed by people on the outside, and then it's just handed to the students. But the CMTech model, it completely flips that. It's built from the inside out by the founders themselves. So why does this matter so much? Well, there's a great line in the source material. Those who follow the rules know them. By empowering the founders, you're pretty much ensuring the program is compliant right from day one. It's brilliant.
Right, but you can't just hand over the keys to the car without some driving lessons, you know? The next part of this whole process is all about turning people into leaders and really preparing these founders for success.
And that brings us to Phase 2, leadership development. Yeah, this isn't just about saying, okay, you're in charge now. No, this is a formal, structured training process, and it's designed specifically to give these founders the actual skills they're going to need to lead effectively. And we're not talking about some quick pep talk either. This is a comprehensive 12-lesson course, and it's even certificate-backed. The focus is incredibly practical. It's all about exploring leadership strategies that work specifically for carceral environments. It helps fine-hone those prosocial skills, the communication, the collaboration that are absolutely essential if you're going to lead a group in that kind of setting. Okay, so once the founders are trained up as leaders, it's time to move on to Phase 3. And this is all about course selection and something that's super important, data collection. So first, the founders get to choose courses from a whole catalog so they can tailor the program to what their community actually wants and needs. Then comes a really critical step. They collect anonymized data. We're talking stuff like age, gender, education level, even criminal history. And look, this isn't about tracking people. This data is the key. It's what helps them secure grants and actually prove that the program is working. And that, of course, is absolutely essential for it to survive and grow long term. So, with the leaders trained and the courses picked out, the program is finally ready to launch. This brings us to the final phase, the semester in motion. And you can think of this as a continuous cycle of learning and getting better and better. Now, the really crucial point here is that this is not a static, one-and-done kind of program. Phase 4 is basically a built-in feedback loop. You've got check-ins mid-semester, reviews after the semester. The whole system is designed to learn, to adapt, and to improve with every single cycle. It's always evolving. And here's the part that just ties it all back to that core philosophy we talked about at the beginning. A key part of this cycle, the founders themselves. They create the content for the next semester. Yeah, staff comes in and edits it, sure, but the creative and intellectual ownership, that stays with the people in the program. It's like this perpetual engine of founder-led education. All right, so let's zoom out for a second and pull this all together. When you look at the entire model, what's the big takeaway here? Well, it's all right there in that motto: education by the people.
So let's just do a quick recap of what makes this model so darn powerful. One, it's radically decentralized, which puts the power right where it can be most effective. Two, it's built on founder-led design, which guarantees it's relevant and compliant. Three, it has this huge focus on leadership, which creates real, genuine ownership. And four, it's always adapting. It's literally designed to get better with every single semester. And this all just brings us right back to that powerful idea we started with. Those closest to the problem often have the best solutions. The entire CMTech model it's a living testament to that very principle. It puts the power to create change directly into the hands of the people who need it the most. So yeah, this model definitely proves what's possible in a prison education setting. But the principle behind it, it's universal. And it leaves me with one big question, and I'm going to leave it with you too. Just think about it. What other problems could we solve if we simply trusted the people closest to them to design the solution?